Welcome, survivors, to the scorching deserts of Ragnarok, where your adventure begins with a brand new Adobe Base. This sanctuary is built to keep both you and your dino safe from the relentless heat, while still giving you everything you need to thrive in the desert. Step inside this Adobe Base and you will find a spacious downstairs crafting area combined with a dino pen, perfect for keeping your dinos cool and healthy. A greenhouse to grow all your own produce. An upstairs living area where you can relax and unwind after a long day of adventuring. And outside, a sturdy barn to keep your Morellatops safe and sound. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, drop me a comment with what you want to see me build next, and of course subscribe to the channel. It's completely free and helps me out a ton. Now without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Hello ladies and jelly spoons, and welcome to another building tutorial with me, Lols at Lance. Now today's build is one I've been meaning to do for well over a year. Back in my little survival series, I created this Adobe Base and so many of you asked for a tutorial, but I never actually made one. Well, over a year later, I'm finally keeping that promise. And honestly, I just love building for Adobe. It's such a satisfying material. Just listen to this. Oh yeah. Oh, more. And listen, even if you destroy it, listen to this sound. Oh god, yes. Okay. Alright, let's not get weird. This Adobe Base will also be available as a template for my tier 3 YouTube members, and as a bonus, the barn will also be available as a free blueprint for anyone interested. Just make sure you join my Discord, link is in the description to grab them. So today we find ourselves in the lush orange oasis of the Ragnarok desert, the perfect backdrop for this desert survival build. On the map today we are here. Latitude 60.3, longitude 59.2. This area is an eroded canyon system. You'll find a giant flat rock perfect for building on, and just beneath it, a lush oasis with plentiful resources. The ravines below flow through the bottoms of the cliffs, and to the right of the lake oasis you'll find a cave entrance where you can get plenty of crystal. Okay everyone, well let's start off with the foundation, shall we? So we're going to start off by using Adobe Foundation. We're going to be using squares and triangles. So we're going to place a foundation down, place another one down, that's 2. Then we're going to do 1, 2, 3 triangles, then 2 normal foundations, then 3 triangles. We're going to repeat that pattern going all the way around, and you'll come back to where you started. Watch this. There you go. So that's going to be the shape of the base and the size of the base. What we're going to do now is wherever we just done a square, we're going to add a triangle. Wherever there was a triangle, we're going to add a square, so on and so forth. And then the same again. I think the middle will be triangle, square, square, triangle, going all the way around. So we're just going to fill this all in. Okay, so once you've done that, that's kind of the main part of the base, but we're actually going to do a bit of an extension at the back and have a nice decking at the front. So to do this, I'm going to find the front of the base. I think I want the front of the base to be on squares. So this is a square here, you can barely see. This right here should be an Adobe Foundation. Let's see, Adobe Foundation, then this is a triangle here, yeah. And that's a triangle there. So this is going to be the front of the base, which is important because that's where the door's going to be. So from there, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 triangles. Now I'm going to use wood for this because I think it will contrast quite well against the Adobe for the decking. So we're going to go 5, and then we're going to do squares, 1, 2. And then we're just going to simply go all the way around doing the same thing. So then it's triangles, then squares, then triangles, going all the way around. So let's do that now. Fantastic. Now we're going to do a second layer of this and going all the way around, but we're kind of going to stop. Let me see, over here we're going to stop. Let me just add in a quarter foundation here and here, just so we know to stop there. So this is, again, this is the front right here where we've got the 2 squares of the Adobe and then our triangles in front. It doesn't really matter where you start, as long as you start on the squares. That's the most important thing. As long as you know your entrance here is here. In fact, let me just put down a gate, just so we definitely know this is where this is where the entrance will be for the base. Okay, so let's do the next layer now. So wherever we did triangles, we're going to do squares. And then wherever we did squares, we'll do triangles. So I'm going to do this with you guys because I'm going to make sure that this definitely stops where I want it to. Hopefully it does. So we're doing triangles. Let me go up here. Triangles. Then squares. Moment of truth. Triangles. And it does stop right there. Perfect. Okay, this is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I want. So that's great. We're going to do the other side now, all the way up to that quarter foundation. All right. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So that's all great. So at the back here is going to be like a nice little greenhouse section, which I'm excited about. So let's go ahead and start adding in the walls now, because the foundations are all done and placed in. We can start the walls. So we're going to be using a lot of quarter walls and a lot of normal walls here of the Adobe kind. So we're going to go ahead and use our quarter walls to start. So I'm going to go up by 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the other side as well, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then at the top, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be a window. So how are we going to place in the window, I hear you ask? Well, pretty simply, we're just going to go ahead and add in a quarter ceiling above this. And then below this, we're going to add 2 quarter walls, like so. And then either adding greenhouse glass if you have it. So let me do greenhouse glass, in fact, just to be clearer. So greenhouse glass if you have it. Or you could always use a cosmetic, which is the Frontier cosmetic. We got the Frontier cosmetics here, Frontier Structure Skin. This is part of the Bob Tall Tales DLC. You'll need to buy the DLC if you don't have it already. And then you can use the glass structure to change it to this, which looks really nice. I really like that. So then we're going to add in quarter walls under that. And then quarter walls coming all the way down here. And all the way down here. We're also going to add in a quarter roof above this of the Adobe kind. Now, this is interesting. There's actually 2 Adobe roofs here. So I think this one needs to go on the left. And then if you switch it over, that one goes on the right. And then the texture connects up in the middle like that. Beautiful. So what you've just done here, we're going to repeat on this side as well. So let's get to it. Fantastic. Okay, so those are in. How do we add in walls right here? Because we don't have a snap point for these yet. So the easiest way to do this, if you don't have a snap point, which we're not going to get, is do a triangle here, a ceiling in the middle, and then that will give us the snap points to add in our walls in the middle like that. So we're going to go up here by 1, 2, 3 in total. And that's going to be the height of the base right there. Now for the next section up, we're going to be a little bit different. We're going to add in some quarter wooden walls here, because I think this is going to contrast nicely. And then we're going to use our normal Adobe ones, going up from here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And fill in the top. And then there's a space for a window right here. So I'm going to add in a wall and then skin it to the Frontier skin. Look at that. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the opposite side here. Okay, so that is the front of the base kind of done. Now we're going to work on the extension part at the back. Okay, so for the extension, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our quarter walls, and where this stops and this comes out, that's where we're going to be adding in our quarter walls. So from here, And we're even going to go like this and like this across those triangles. And then we're going to continue all the way around till we get to, oopsie daisy, till we get to here. Now here, where that quarter foundation is, what we put in earlier, I'm going to add one singular quarter wall right there. Just like that. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So from here again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here as well with the triangles, we're going to go 1, 2. Then it kind of goes diagonal here, 1, 2. And then we're going to follow it all the way around until we get back to this one singular foundation. I'm going to add in one quarter wall. Just like that. Now above this, if you're using greenhouse glass here, use greenhouse glass. I'm going to be using Adobe walls and skinning it. But we're going to go up by 2, just like that, all the way along these quarter walls. There we go. So we've got this lovely glass wall going across. And then that little quarter that we had on this little quarter foundation, we're just going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So we're going to do the exact same thing now. No, actually, no. Well, let's finish this side and then we can do the same thing on the other side. So bear in mind what we've just done. And now we're going to be adding in the roof for this section. So for the roof, we're going to start off where the gap is, where we started our quarter walls earlier. So there's the gap in front. We're going to use our roof right here. To the left of this, get your triangles. Placing one triangle there, one triangle there. And then again here, triangles, up, down, up, down, up, down. Until you get to here. Use your normal one. And then just leave it like that for now. So that's what it's going to look like. So now we can do everything we've just done here. Repeat on the opposite side. So let's get that done now. There we go. So that is the extension added in going around the build, which is nice. I like it. Cool design. Design that I did over 1.5 years ago, by the way. Christ almighty. It's been a long time since I've done this one. So now we need to fix the back. Obviously, we've got this big section at the back we need to do something with. So this is going to be a greenhouse. And my plan is where we got the quarters here. So I'm going to add in another quarter there, another quarter there. In between this, we should be able to add in 2 foundations. 1, 2. Look at that. Perfectly in. So we're going to go out by 1, 2 more. Do I want to go out by 3? No, we'll stick with 2. We'll stick with 2. Now, I'm going to diverge from my original design on my survival game because I want this to be official friendly. And the way I'm trying to avoid clipping right now, I used to have it so that the greenhouse section was a little bit lower down, but then you're going to end up clipping into this roof. I think we're still going to end up clipping in a little bit, which will be a shame, but I'm trying my best not to, so that this is official friendly. So I'm going to add in quarter walls coming on out. Before, I didn't do quarter walls, it was just a bit lower down. Oopsie daisy. So just like this, then we're going to add in our greenhouse glass because this is a greenhouse, of course. And if I can get it in the right place, there we go. And go up by 2, going all the way around. And then on top of this, our roof. And it's a very simple roof, just up and back down again. Now, the tricky part here is how we make it work with this roof without clipping. So, is this possible? I don't know. Let's see. I think if you're on official, you might have to do something a bit wonky like this and have gaps. Oh, I don't know how you do this on official. Is it official friendly if you can't do it? Oh. So this is the way I would normally do it, is I would just simply have this triangle come up like this and there, this and there. If that doesn't work on official, then, oh, you know what? There is a way to do it on official. Cut out this top section and lower the whole thing down. And it don't even have these quarter walls around here. You're just going to have a tiny little greenhouse at the bottom with a little cute triangle roof that would go perfectly flush into the walls here. That's how you would do it on official. But we're not on official. So screw you guys, official. I try and make it official friendly when I do try. You can't blame a man for trying. But I'm actually going to skin this all over to Frontier as well, just so you know. So we're going to skin all of this to this nice wood glass texture. There we go. Very stazzy indeed. Alright, so now we need to complete the back side of the build with all these walls. And we're simply going to do what we've just done here. Repeated, basically. So this window design, we're going to do here as well. Then we'll have a walls, and then glass, walls, glass, walls, glass. Just that same pattern going all the way around. So let's get to it, shall we? In fact, I've just realized that actually it will benefit us if we, first of all, go all the way along the rim of the roof with these quarter walls, just like this. So let's do that now. And then, like I just said, it's simple. Window wall, like we did here, will be here. Then a normal wall, then a window wall, normal wall, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and do this now. Okay, there we go. And now for those who are OG members of the channel, you might notice that this is slightly different to the way I did it in my survival series. I think in my survival series, I had a load of windows. I had like windows galore going around the back. I had so many windows at the back, which looked awesome, honestly. But I don't know, I'm just feeling, I just want a little bit of a change. I want a little bit of a change, okay? Let Lance have some change. So now that the walls and the greenhouse are all complete, we can finally move on to the roof at the top. So for the roof at the top, we're first of all going to need to place in some ceilings. So I'm going to use triangle ceilings at the front here. So here's the front of the base. I'm going to add in a triangle ceiling here, 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 and here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. Then we're going to switch over to our ceilings. 1, 2. Then triangles. You can kind of see how this is going to go, right? It's just a pattern going all the way around. So let's go ahead and do that now. Beautiful. So once that is all in, it should look something like this. And what we're going to do is add in at the front our triangle roofing first. So we're going to go triangle, 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 triangle. And we're going to go all the way up until you get to the point at the top right there. That's where we're going to stop. And then we're going to use our normal roof, like so, going up to the top as well. And what we're going to do is repeat this pattern. So triangles next, then the normal roof, then triangles, then normal roof, going all the way around until you get back to where you started. So let's go ahead and add this in now. And once you've done that, it should look something like this. Look at that. Very, very nice. So you might notice there's a big, giant, gaping hole at the top. Look at this. big hole. And the way I would like to fill this up is very simple. I'm just going to use greenhouse glass. Just some greenhouse glass going across the entire section. So we're just going to use all these triangles at the very tippity top here. There we go. So that is complete. It kind of looks like a little solar panel, which I quite like. Right, I'm going to add in a gate on the gateway here, and I'm probably going to skin it. Oh, I just whistled. I did not mean to do that. I'm going to change this Adobe to the frontier wood, like so. And look at that. This base is almost, dude, this base is almost done. Look at this. Can you believe that? That fast. It's a very easy to put together base. I believe the entire structure count is going to be under like 1,000, so pretty cheap, pretty cheap. Now at the front here, I am going to add in a little roof section. So I'm going to do 1, 2 roofs, and then add some skinny pillars coming down from this to the ground. Beautiful. And I think I might even add in a ceiling underneath that, and maybe even a sloped wall either side of that. There we go. The base is truly complete on the outside. Look at that. But we could still do some additional things to make it better. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what it is? If you guessed pillars, you guessed correctly. Well done. It's pillars. Of course it's pillars. Let's get the pillars out. Adobe on Adobe pillars are harder to see, honestly. It's hard to see them. But they nevertheless, they still add some depth. So we will be going down these corner sections with pillars wherever we can. So right there for 1, right here for 2, so on and so forth. So on each of these corners, we're just going to keep going down, make sure that they're lined up straight. And it does add, as you can see, we're adding a little bit of depth now. It's not that, it's very subtle, but it does make a difference. So we're going to do that, going down all of these corners. There we go. Look at that. And you can see it's added in a bit of depth. Sadly, I cocked this section up. Let me just redo this bit here so that it all lines up nicely. But it has added in some depth. Just a little bit, but enough, you know? It's added in enough. You can kind of look at that. Yeah, we like our pillars here on the channel. Now, you think we're done with the pillars? I mean, this is pretty tame for me. I'd normally go pillar crazy, but we're not today. We're not. What we're going to do is we're going to use the beams to go on each of these sections here, like this, and each of these sections here, like this. Now, for this middle section, this is a bit harder. So what we're going to do is add 2 pillars here. And then from there, we should be able to connect. Look at that. So I'm going to do that going around the entire thing. Part of me wonders, now this wasn't part of the plan, but I'm here, I'm going to test it in front of your very eyes. I wonder if we use wood. How does wood look here instead? You know what, guys? You guys choose what you prefer. If you prefer the woods, then use the wood. If you prefer the Adobe, use the Adobe. I think I prefer the Adobe. That's a hard decision though, but yeah, I think I prefer the Adobe. So I'm going to go Adobe and go all the way around. Okay, so it should look something like this. A very tiny detail. Well, it's quite a subtle detail. Like, not a lot of people will notice it, but I notice it. But I notice these things, and that's what matters, okay? If you want to impress me, do this. All right, so the next stage of this is we're going to be adding in a nice little railing section going around the build. So I'm definitely going to use wood for this. So we're going to use pillars on each of the corners going around the entire thing. There we go. And then we're going to add in our railings. Now, this is a very simple sort of fence design that I do on a lot of my builds, where I do railings going down the middle. And then if you snap to one of the railings, you can get it to go up a little bit on each of the sides, just like that. And it connects to the pillars. Quite a nice little easy design to do. Very, very simple, very easy, very mindful, very demure. And there we go. Look at that. We've got a nice fence going all the way around to the back side. Looking very, very nice. I think we can add one additional detail, which I'll show you right now. Sometimes I save some of the details to after the build tutorial. So you're very lucky that I'm about to do this in front of your very eyes. We're going to add in some little plant pots. It's very easy to do a little plant box. We're going to do 2 quarter ceilings, followed by 2 quarter walls. Look at that. I just did a box. It's just a little box. I know you're all capable of building boxes. I've seen it. So there you go. There's a little box. We'll do another little box here. Little box. And then we'll just put in some plants on top of that. So the 2 ways to add in plants, and if you've seen my tutorials before, you know what I'm about to say. But I'll say it every single time in case there's new people watching, which of course there will be. So we've got the JVH landscaping bench here. This is a mod. You can craft up many, many plants and trees in here. So I like to use this one, the temperate plants. I'm going to craft that. Now, you can also use the Bob Tool Tails. If you have the Bob Tool Tails DLC, you can also use plant pots. All you got to do is craft up a plant pot, one of these, and then craft up a shovel, which is one of these. You find a bush you like, and have the plant pot in your inventory. You find a bush you like. So these mushrooms, I don't know if these will get picked up. Something got picked up. You could even pick up grass sometimes. So let's see. What did I pick up? A little small bush. And there you go. There it is in the plant pot. Just like that. You can even change it to a crock pot. So you've got 2 options there. Obviously, you can go around the world, find a tree you like. You can either do trees and cacti. You can do bushes. All those trees over there you can put in a plant pot. So it's very, very easy and simple to use. So that's the alternative, which I use all the time. But if we've got this mod, why not use it? So I'm going to use this bush. And I'm going to simply place in my favorite plant, which is this one. Like so. Right there. 1. And done. Very, very easy. If we were feeling it even fancier, we could even add in like a little railing there. Just like this as well. Going around. So I might do that. Well, that's probably the only place I'll do it. We don't really have a lot of room back here. But you could consider doing it in front of these windows as well if you'd like to have them higher. Okay, so I guess we're ready to go on into the interior now. I have no idea what I'm going to do in here. Now, in my survival series, I did like a table in the middle. I had stairs going up to the left to the 2nd floor. I had all my crafting kind of going around here. But I think this time, I'm going to have this like a dino pen and crafting section, which is what I do in a lot of my bases. And then we're still going to have our staircase going up here. So let's do that now. So for the staircase, I'm going to start it right here. Right on this section here. So let's get our stairs. Make sure we get the stairs. There they are. So stairs, then quarters. 1, 2, 3 quarters. I mean triangles. Then we're going to go up by 2. 1 and 2. Then triangles again. 1, 2, 3. And then it should be a straight section to the top right here. So I think this is where our ceiling's going to start right here. So for the ceiling, all I'm going to do is copy what we've done down here. So this is squares here. So I need squares up there. And then I can kind of judge from there where to go next. So right there, 1, 2 squares. And then these should be triangles. And then the next one are squares. So the same pattern that we did on the floor, we're now going to do up here. So, I guess this is awkward. So that's triangles next, then squares. So this is a square here. Then triangles. So you get the gist. You get the gist. And then we're just going to fill this all in. So let's do that now. Okay, I've left a gap in the middle because it's kind of a signature thing I do. And a lot of my bases, you'll see that I leave a gap in the middle. Why? Because I like to have a little middle section with a hole. I don't know. I just like to do it, okay? Don't question why I like gaping holes. Oh, no. I can't put that in the video. Oh, dear. What am I saying? Okay. And retake. Don't question what I do. I just like holes in my base, okay? Just accept it. Okay, right. We're going to do some railings going up here now. So we're going to do railings going up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And coming down here as well. Lovely jubbly. All the way down. Fantastic. Okay. That's looking decent. Now, this is fun. This is fun. So if you've got something called Castlecraft installed, which I believe the Castlecraft structure skins are free. No, they're not. I'm lying. I think they're premium. But either way, it's a fantastic skin, and I definitely recommend buying it if you haven't got it. So we're going to grab the dungeon skin here. We're going to get our pillars, and we're going to place them going all the way up into the ceiling. There, and right there. And what we're going to do is get the dungeon skin and place it in on the pillars. And it's going to be like a suspended staircase. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. We've got a little suspended staircase going up. Fantastic. Okay. So I guess I need to go away quickly and work out what the hell I'm doing with this interior so I can do a bit of a tutorial on it for you guys. Otherwise, you won't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and sort this all out, and I'll be back when I have some sort of idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so it turns out Lance's brain isn't functioning today, and I have no idea what to do with this. Listen, I left it, I slept, I went to bed, I came back this morning. I tried to design something. Nothing. I couldn't come up with anything. I started to place things down. But, so here's what we're going to do. Look, Lance doesn't know what he's doing with the interior yet. So we're just going to leave it like this. I'm probably going to not do the interior today. To make up for no interior right now, I'm going to do a special addition to this base. I'm going to place in a barn. Just a very, very easy barn. And, added bonus, I'll make it a free template for everyone, the barn. So, that's exciting. Now, barns are pretty easy builds to make, and this one is particularly easy. And I don't know whether to use wood or Adobe. Let's use Adobe. So I'm going to start off with one foundation. I'm going to go across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to go back by, I have no idea how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. For now, we may extend it in a second. But let's just fill all this in then. Okay, and then my plan is to just have a simple kind of garage kind of look to this. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on the left. And 1, 2, 3 on the right. And then in the middle, 1, 2, 3 again. And do we block it off here? Yeah. Let's block it off here, like so. Okay, then I think I'm going to use Adobe Ceiling to go across this section right here, followed by Adobe Ramps coming up. Now, this is where I'm not really sure. I think we're just going to go up and down, I guess. Up and then back down again. Something like this. So on this side, if we are going to go this wide, let's add in our walls again. 1, 2, 3. And again in the middle. And on the side. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to need our ceiling up here as well. I think this should work. And look okay. I mean, it's a very, very simple shape. There's not a lot to this barn, honestly. So we're just going to fill in the roof. Okay, so this is what it should look like right now. We need to work out what we're doing with the sides in a second, but probably just fitting it in. So with the doors here, we got doors either side. What I was thinking of doing is getting a wooden ceiling, flipping it over so it's upside down, and then doing 4 coming out here and here as well. There we go. Then I was thinking of adding in our wood scaffolding, which is part of the Bob Tall Tales DLC. Or actually, is it just base game? I'm not even sure anymore. But we're going to add some scaffolding either side of this. Like so. Fantastic. We're going to use our pillars as well. We're going to use our pillars either side of the build. And we're either going to use it up here, coming out. A bit like we did on the main build. There we go. It's that simple. It's a super, super simple barn design. We're going to do it on the other side as well. Okay, so that side's been added as well. Now we just need to add in the side. So we could either do it where we just block it completely off like this, which I think might be the way. Okay, for this top part, I think we need quarter walls in there. Then if we grab our sloped wall and then switch it over to the shallow sloped wall, we should be able to fill all of this in like this. There we go. Okay, so we just do that on the other side as well. And there we go. That is a very, very simple and easy barn to do. It's just super, it's more like a garage. It's a garage, let's be honest, it's a garage. I'm going to put my Morellatops in here. They're going to hang out in here. I reckon I can fit about 4 in here, facing each way. So yeah, it's going to be a Morellatops garage, which is fun. So we'll have that nicely in there. So when it comes to the interior, guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go away and do this all off camera because it's going to take me a lot of playing around with to try and work something out. But I'm going to show you everything that I've added during the base tour. So anything that I do, any decorations I add in, the layout, everything that I do. We'll go through it all during the base tour. So it's effectively a tutorial in itself, the base tour. Because you'll get to see how I've decorated it and just replicate it yourselves. It's that simple. Something I did with this base originally was I had a load of like drawbridges in place. Is it drawbridges? Suspension bridges. The bridge that goes like that. Kind of like it like this, right? The original design of this had a ton of those connected to it, which looked awesome. Let me just show you how I make those. It's very easy, actually. All you need to do is start off with your ceiling or foundation. You want your stairs. Then you want your ramp. Then a ceiling. Then a ramp. Now, once you get to here and you can't go any further, that's fine. You're just going to add in pillars going all the way down to the floor temporarily. As you can see, I've got 2 here from earlier when I was testing this. And then you want another ramp. The stairs. Ooh, and then it's a little bit further than it, well, okay, because I need to go a little bit further, what I'm going to do is add in an additional ceiling, then add in my ramp, then my stairs. Okay, now from here, I should be able to, not enough. Okay, add in another additional pillar. This is just a temporary pillar right here. Or is it? It might actually not be. This might be a permanent pillar right here. Let's find out. Go all the way down. to the floor. Okay, fantastic. Now we can do this. And then if I grab a foundation, add in the foundation. Now, we should be able to destroy this. Look at that. It stays. Now, I'm not so sure if we destroyed this. I think the ceiling goes. It doesn't. We succeed at life. And there you go. There's a little drawbridge all added in. Or suspension bridge. I don't know what you'd call it. Then I'd add in some railings. Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, so we do need the foundation. We might have to keep a pillar in there. That's fine. But there you go. There's your bridge to civilization if you choose to build here as well. And you can do it on this side. You do it on that side. You can have a lot of fun with it. And I think we will. I think I'll add a few more of those in. But anyway, guys, I digress because I'm going to go away and add in the entire interior now and do any additional details. But do not worry, because I'll show you every single little thing during the base tour. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you guys after the cinematic shots. Okay, how do I explain this to everyone? Well, I'm back before the, the cinematic shots. I'm back. I lied. I don't know how I'm going to slot this section in, but I really want to show you guys something because I'm starting to add things in, as you can see. I'm starting to add things in. And because I've got away now, I said a minute ago, I said, and I'll see you guys after the cinematic shots and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm back, and I've been designing slowly, just over there, nothing special. But I realised these walls are here, and they're blocking, right? These walls are here, and they're blocking. Please just remember to remove these. I forgot to do them. So just remove them, and then you've got that section, and remove these here, and then you've got this section open as well. Now, for this top part here, just make sure you add in your quarter walls and then a sloped wall. Where's my sloped walls at? We need to do this side as well. Get rid of that. Place those in. And then add in your sloped wall somehow. Right there. And right there. And then that is completely flush. Well, since I'm here, I'll just show you what I've been doing. I've been adding in a greenhouse section. So we've got some medium pots here. And then I thought I'd add in a little bit of a garden in the house with the JVH landscaping mod that I talked about earlier, and we're just adding in some sap lighting from the clingers mod, which is right here, wall sap lighting, and then pillars coming down skinned in the dungeon castle craft skin. That is what I've done, but as you can see, nothing else is done. So again, I am going away for real this time, and I'll see you guys after the cinematic shots. Hello ladies and jelly spoons, and welcome back. The base is all complete and I am slowly making my way up to the base. It may take me about an hour, but you know, I'm committed. I put this wooden elevator in and I'm committed to using it, but I forgot it was manual. I'll be honest, I forgot it was manual. You've got to do this all the way up. Give me 2 seconds. Oh god, my muscles are killing me. Okay, we're here. Fantastic. So the base is complete, as you can see, looking fabulous. So let's talk about what I've added since the tutorial Obviously, the entire interior we need to go through properly. But let's talk about the exterior first, because I've added in some plants around here. Sorry about the lag. I've added in some plants around here. Look at this. Now, this is all from the JVH landscaping bench. As you can see, this is the JVH landscaping bench. That is a mod that you can use. And you just craft up your plants in here, and you can place them anywhere in your world. If you don't have this, just use the Bob Tool Tales DLC plant pots and shovel. I did show all of that off during the tutorial. And up the top of the base there, we have our bison head in a wall mount. Now, that is from a mod called Wall and Floor, which I don't have out here, but I'll show you on the inside. It's like a little bench you can put down. You can craft up a load of different decor stuff, including that. I will put all the mods that I've used in the description below, just so you know. So yeah, we've got these little, little planty bits, Builds always look really good if you know how to dress them. If you can dress them properly with plants and little additional details, some lighting, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. All right, let's make our way around the back. I'll show you what I've added in here. Now, I've added in a little windmill because I thought that was like a fun addition to give us electricity. It looks like it belongs here. It looks like it belongs next to this Adobe base. It really does. And of course, we got ourselves our little tiny garage that we added in earlier. Very simple. Well, I called it a barn, but it's just a garage. It's just a garage, let's be honest. And we've got 4 Morellatops in there right now, chilling out. Quite a good little garage if you're looking for somewhere to put, a load of dinos to breed them. I think it works quite well. Now, since the tutorial, I did add in a little tiny bit of an overhang on the right here with some quarter ramps, just going up and down, as you can see. And on the top, I used some railings. And that's all I did to this, really. I added in some decor stuff. I added in some barrels on the left. This is from the Western decor mod, this wagon wheel. I can't say my W's and R's, so forgive me if that came out funny. Another wagon wheel here, and also the hay is also from the Western decor. And then these lights that you see on a lot of my tutorials are from the Clingers Rustic Build mod. Also in the description below. Now, if we walk around the backside here next to the barn/garage, we got ourselves a little fenced off little pen here for our ovis, and we've got some, I've forgotten the name of these, Lamitra? Is that the names of them? Lamantra. It's Lamantra, everyone. It's Lamantra, or just moth for short. So we got a little pen out here for them chilling out. Just a very, very simple pen. I just used some wood foundation below. Well, wood fence foundation, it's actually called. Wood fence foundation. I just went round on a big circle with it and then put some railings and pillars. Nothing special at all. Very easy to do. Now, here's something very special that I did work out today with these wood fence foundations, which is a cool tip and trick. When you place them down, the way the arrows are facing, so the arrows were facing in front of me, is where the grass is going to disappear. Look, all the grass disappeared here. So I actually decided to use that to my advantage. We go all the way to the front. Whoa, a bit of lag. What's up with the lag all of a sudden? We go all the way to the front around here. Now, all of this didn't have grass on it to begin with. This is natural. This is as the game developers intended. But right here, this is not. This was all grass. And I've done a little sneaky trick to make it so that there's no grass here, which makes a natural pathway to my house, which is pretty dope. So what I've done, if I turn off my HUD, you can see there's a invisible wood fence foundation. Now, what I did is I got my fence foundation. So let's say we place it here. Bam. Now, this grass in front's all going to disappear any second. There it goes. Now, what I did to hide this is I used a structure skin that it's not intended for. So this is the dungeon structure skin right here that can only really be placed on pillars like this. And then what I did, this is sneaky. I used the variant. It's called the variant gun, Sandy's variant gun, and you can get it on the mod page. I'm going to copy the skin of the dungeon, go over to the fence foundation and paste it, and it goes invisible. I'm a genius. I am a cocking genius. Let me scroll all the way into my face so you can see my pure genius at work. I am amazing. You should subscribe just for that, because who's taught you that? No one. I am a genius. I'm the first. and only one to use this exploit. I don't know, maybe I'm not, but you know, I haven't seen anyone else do it. There we go, pick that up. Okay, well, before we go inside and talk about the interior, I have paid homage to my original Adobe Base design that I did on my survival series with one of these drawbridges. I don't know if it's called a drawbridge, a suspension bridge. I'm assuming a suspension bridge. Drawbridge is when it goes up, right? Suspension bridge is when it dangles. I think that's it. So I did a suspension bridge because on my original base design, we had so many suspension bridges going across from platform to platform. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, but I haven't done it on this one. So I thought, well, why don't we do it from this side to this side, which works really well. And I did it all the way on the other side. Let me run over there so I can show you. I also did it on this side, but I haven't done it very well. I should have done some stairs coming down here. Oopsie daisy. Let's just quickly fix that. Let's quickly fix. There we go. Okay. So it goes up and down and up. Look at that. And we're on the other side. So we found a solution to get across to the different sides and down using an elevator as well. Okay, well, it's time. Let me show you the awful job I've done of the interior because it took me so long. If you were watching the tutorial and haven't just skipped to the end, you'll know that I really struggled with the interior. But I came up with quite a simple and easy design that looks cool using a few things. So we've got a little crafting area as soon as we come in because I thought, you know, if we're coming in with an Anki, we can just bring it in here, offload all the metal, go into our smithy benches. It's convenient. I'm thinking, you know, I'm going function over form with this interior. So these smithy benches are from the clingers mod. They're smithy benches, but they're just clingers. And then I just placed in a barrel on the side for a bit of decoration with a JVH plant on top. We're also, of course, able to use this whole area as a dinosaur pen. So we've got some Equus in here. We've got some Procroptodons chilling out, having fun. Look at all of them. You can fit Morellatops in here as well. I used to put Morellatops in my old survival base. But you know what? They deserve a little space of their own out there. So that's why I did that. Now, I also did more JVH plant stuff in here. As you can see, I just railed it off. Well, I placed in the JVH plants and then I railed it all off to make it look like a little, you know, little inside, little garden sort of area next to the greenhouse as well, which is quite effective, I think. So this is our greenhouse. Nothing special going on here. We just stacked up the crop pots and placed in the plants. Now, in a lot of these areas, I've placed in a ton of chains with lights on. Now the chains are simply skinny pillars. If I grab one, you can see they're just skinny pillars, as you can see. And then I used the Castlecraft dungeon skin, my favorite structure skin mod, Castlecraft, and placed it in on top of the skinny pillar, and it turns it into chains. And then I just dangled a clinger's light on. That's all I did. That is all I did. But as you can see, it makes for a great decoration and a light source as well. So we're lighting up the whole area. We got ourselves a little storage zone over here with our vaults and a fabricator here, as well as a little cooking pot. I should have put an industrial cooker in here. I actually completely forgot. But there you go. There's a cook pot there if you need it. And there's loads of room. I mean, you can fit so much in here. You can also fit an industrial cooker in here very easily. I just decided to go for the furnaces today. But yeah, you can, in fact, shall I just prove it to you that you can place it in? Look at this. It's very, look, we'll place it right here. Look, it fits right up to the top. Very, very easy. It's the perfect fit. Okay, so as you can see, there's bigger chains here. Now, all this is big pillars skinned with the Castlecraft dungeon skin, similar to the skinny ones, but we're just using the thick ones. So we're going to pop up to the upstairs, and we've got a big open plan living area. Now, this area is really just all for decoration, apart from our industrial cooker over there where we can cook. We've got a little seating table with our mortar and pestles on, but we do have a chemistry bench downstairs. I don't know if you guys saw that, but just down there, you can see it there. There's a chemistry bench there. And then we've got our Lamitra chilling out, having fun. And they're very easy to fly in and out of the base, can I just say. Oh, I say that and I go straight into Procoptodon. You can go in and out of the base very easy. Look at this. Fly in and out. And we can go up and land in here. Look at this. Very, very nice. Now, that isn't what I intended that big hole for. I just like to have holes. What I intended this hole to be. I just like having holes in my base. I like to look down to the first floor from the second floor. I just think it's a nice feature. It's just a nice feature. We do have plants going all the way around this because we are in an oasis setting. So I just thought, you know, it suits it. And then we've got our little tiny bedroom here with some Castlecraft bookshelves behind and a Western decor bed. And then over here, a very simple seating area, nothing special going on. The rugs are from Western Decor, as well as Castlecraft, the two main decor mods that I use in all of my builds. These chairs are from the Bob Tall Tales DLC, if you didn't know. So a lot of people have these. They're not a mod. A lot of people ask me about these, and you must know they're not a mod. They're just a DLC, you just need the DLC. As well as the piano. This is also from the Bob Tall Tales DLC. But as you can see, folks, I mean, I haven't done a very good job with the interior. It's not the best job in the world. It's all open plan. I could have like broken it up into loads of separate different rooms. I could have had a third floor with the nice skylight, like shining light onto the third floor as well. But we went for open plan because this is how I used to do all my bases. I used to always do them open plan for convenience. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I've missed in here. I think in my original base, I might have had like a section open so I could also fly in through like these walls as well, which is also a good idea. If you wanted to do that, go for it. But there you go. That is the interior. Now you guys, I'm hoping that you guys build this, do an incredible interior, and then post your screenshots on my Discord. Link is in the description below. If you build this, be sure to share the screenshots. I'd love to see it. The community would love to see it. There's a channel called Building Screenshots. Post it in there. We'd love to see it. Even if you built any other builds of mine or your own creations, do come and share what you've done. We'd love to see it. And well, there you go, ladies and jelly spoons. A very, very, very easy Adobe base to make in your own worlds today. How about that? Don't forget that the Adobe base behind me here, the blueprint is available for tier 3 YouTube members. So if you're a tier 3 YouTube member, be sure to join the Discord and claim your template. And this little garage here will be available for free for everyone. So do go and claim that if you'd like it. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash the like button, comment down below what you want to see me build next, and why not subscribe? It's completely free and helps me out a ton. And until next time, survivors, love you guys to death, and I'll see you in the next video.